There's something spiritual definitely going on, my friends. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. And we got so many things to get into in this video. We have Twitch streamers doing the most insane stuff. We'll get into a little bit of that in the beginning. We have Alex losing his entire show. We'll get into that. We got, and the most bizarre thing is the first episode of the comedic company taking over their company. What he said, you're not going to believe this. We'll get into that. We have also a ton of other weird stuff. The Spirit Airlines shutting down. And we have a bunch of strangeness, I would say in a spiritual realm, I guess you would say. A number of things to get into having to do with UFOs and the scientists and much more. Let's just get going here. Let's start with this here. Twitch streamer. She went viral for putting a guy in a GIMP suit. She went viral for doing this. She got banned for doing it. She comes back, doubles down, gets two guys in the background in a GIMP suit. Apparently her human pets. Check this out.
All right. All right. Come, Bill Clinton. Come, Bill Clinton. Shake.
Oh my goodness.
Spin. Oh shit. That was a pretty good spin.
This is apparently
91989 just cheer 10 bits.
This is apparently entertainment these days.
Come on, it's not that.
What has happened to the youngest generation? What's going on with the men? Oh my goodness. I hear testosterone's down. Everything's down. They're now in GIMP suits in the background on women's Twitch streams, apparently. She also had on this lady, if I can call her that, apparently racist against her own race. I don't know how that happens, but apparently this is very common amongst the younger women that happen to be liberal. Check this out.
Like, you can't be racist towards white people. You just can't. Because guess what? White isn't a race. So
actually, it is a race. You don't have one. What is she doing? These people are just so low IQ. What a joke our society's become. What the hell's going on? The only race you can't be racist against is the whites, apparently. I guess that's what it is. This is what she's saying, literally. And Morg Pie, this is the lady that had the two guys in the background, replied, people claiming that if the roles were reversed, a man would have been arrested for letting a woman wear a GIMP suit on stream. She replied to this because a lot of people are commenting that you couldn't switch it, vice versa. Check out what she had to say in response.
Fucking Twitter is like, if a man had a woman in a GIMP suit, he would be in jail. He'd be in jail. No, the fuck he wouldn't. I will put on the GIMP suit and go sit in the back of a man.
Why are people watching these people? Oh my goodness, they're so dumb. But this is our society. This is what it literally is now. This is what people watch. I guess if I was some hot chick, I'd probably get 1 million views on every video. That's apparently how it works. Here we go. We have Osmongold commenting on this. Check this out.
It's absolutely racism. I'll be curious to see if people like this end up getting banned or not. In my opinion, I find it to be crazy that there's so much of a double standard of that. Anybody, if you actually think this, please go move to another non-white country and just live there instead. You don't like white people? Go move to a country with no white people. And
exactly. And I mean, it's not as if we're already losing population because no one's reproducing. We're just importing new people into our country. We need to somehow fix this. I had a really crazy video. Let me show you that. Forgive me if I'm jumping around, but I might actually put the same couple clips on both videos today that I put out. Check out what this guy had to say. He just hits the nail on the head. Check this out.
I'm 30 years old. Not one of my friends has children. Zero. No one. No one's having kids. Do you know how hard you need to abuse a mammal to make them not have children? Like for real. Like let's step here back a moment, right?
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah, look, GDP goes up. People have have enough food, you know, and whatever. No one's having kids, and this is across the world. This is across both the West, the East, you know, everywhere it's happening. So there's a thing that happens, especially with younger like even younger than me. Like the kids are like 18 today. There's a huge problem where they don't dance. No one dances. They go to clubs and they don't dance. Why is this? Because you get recorded.
Yeah.
If you're an 18-year-old kid, you go to a club, you get recorded. If you approach a girl and you mess it up, you get recorded. Everything is panopticon now.
See, that's a really interesting factor. I mean, there's so many things that you could mention. That's just a very interesting one I hadn't heard anybody mention. The fact is, you just get on social media, people are being programmed. Their minds are being changed to think a certain way. You saw it with these two women in the beginning. They think it's not racist to be racist. You know, this is what you've been told through the media, through movies, through TV, so Twitter, X, whatever. And this guy's mentioning also the fact you're being recorded, and you make one mistake, you go viral for all the wrong reasons, right?
So if you had to ask me why, my answer is technology. My answer is social media. My answer is AI. My answer is algorithms. Do you know what dating app algorithms do? Do you know how they optimize? They don't optimize you to meet your love of your life. They optimize you to keep coming back to the app.
Yeah.
And now there's a thing that basically we have sold out all of our dating norms, all of our, our interpersonal norms to...
See, this makes sense. Like, think about, is it easier to destroy a house or build it? It's much easier to destroy it. If somebody's trying to make money off you, it may be easier for them to sell you things that you don't need, trick you, deceive you, to get more money out of you, rather than trying to sell you something positive or beneficial. Perhaps even causing things to happen so that you have a solution that he can sell you. And so what he's saying makes a lot of sense. I mean, think about it. They're just trying to get you back on their app. They're not trying to get you the love of your life.
Tech companies, without our consent, to optimize their ad algorithm. Right. I think there's a deep thing where we as a society have not dealt with the fact that we have to steward technology responsibly. We have treated technology...
And literally, Peter Thiel was saying the exact opposite of this. He was saying we shouldn't have any guardrails on AI because that will bring about the Antichrist. Actually, no, Peter Thiel, you're building this thing for the Antichrist. And actually, we're going to get into that as well on my other channel. Apparently, the Tuckmeister, Tucker Carlson, said our president was the Antichrist, or could be the Antichrist. I'm going to get into that over on my other channel. But we're seeing all these bizarre things happening around us, and we're going to get into a ton of stuff. We're just barely getting started. I wanted to mention first, though, food supply, 25-year shelf life, because of the wonderful world we live in that seems to be going off the cliff. You might want to get this just in case. You never know what might be next. Link is in the description, just in case you can't get to a mostly peaceful city near you for some crazy reason, and you can't get to the supermarket. You'll have that in your home, 25-year shelf life. Also, this book here, The Lost Ways, How Your Great-Great-Grandfather Lived Without Electricity, which hopefully we would not need to have that situation. But what if it happens, right? So you got to be prepared just in case. Pray for the best, prepare for the worst, right? $37, get the printed version. Let's get back to the video. So also check out all my social media, link below. I'm on X, all these other websites. Got my own websites below. We have Alex, of course, signing off for the last time. That was a day, or actually 2 days ago, or day before yesterday now. We commit ourselves to God in this holy fight. We are committed. If God stands with us, who can stand against us? And they signed off with this, and already he started a new company, or a new broadcast company, which is interesting because it makes perfect sense what he named it. It's just like Tucker. He has his own network called by his own name, Tucker Carlson Network. Alex, Jones Network. It's the same model, I guess you would say. And these guys, this is from Rolling Stone, Tim Heidecker, debut as host of the Onions, Infowars, drink, blood and of the Forsaken, apparently, this is what they did. And actually, it's worse than that. And this is supposed to be satire. It's supposed to be funny. Ho, 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 ho. You ain't going to laugh when you watch this, actually. Let me show you it. I noticed a little bit of a pattern. Let's just watch this first, and I'll tell you about the pattern. It's kind of interesting, actually.
I'm going to sip from the blood of the Forsaken. This is real human blood. You can find this at the Infowars store. This is human blood curated from the Forsaken and the sinners. All right, this is pure premium blood, tested, FDA.
I can't play the whole thing, but he gets into basically Satan and stuff too.
Get things back to before Satan was cast into hell. So I'm part of that. I'm part of the peace movement.
Okay, so he wants to bring Satan back. I thought it was kind of weird how, like, the only 2 videos I've seen from these guys from The Onion lately regarding this whole topic were basically making a pact with the devil and drinking blood to the devil. So, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to tell you it's humor. I kind of feel like this isn't funny. I don't know about you guys, but, like, they just keep talking about Satan and making pacts with him. That doesn't sound funny to me at all, actually. That sounds pretty messed up. Sounds like they might actually be doing that. I'm actually not thinking you're joking. I'm actually thinking maybe you're not joking because you keep doing it. It's really weird, actually. I don't know what the hell how is that a funny joke? I don't get it. Maybe I'm just old or something. Honestly, I think the young guys would probably agree with me at this point because a lot of them are going back to church and stuff. The truth about the Democrat-controlled courts that ordered the closing, of course, of Infowars, and where you can find my new show. Launches today. Alex Jones Network is apparently his new network. And I closed for one day, next day, opened the new network, right? And by the way, they haven't been fully shut down. Alex just apparently shut it down because of the ruling. But actually, it's been paused. Texas court pauses The Onion's proposed takeover. So it's actually currently paused. We're not sure what the end result of the whole thing will be. Well, I guess we'll find out in due time. Anyway, there's that entire topic. We also had Spirit Airlines shut down, a airline company that apparently never had one tragedy, never had one crash, plane crash, nothing. Check this out. This is pretty interesting what this guy had to say. He thinks it's some sort of sign.
Wake up! Spirit Airlines closing isn't just a coincidence. God works in mysterious ways. Everything is a spiritual warfare. There is symbols in everything. Think about it. Spirit is shut down forever. Spirit Airlines. The name Spirit, spiritual realm, and you could call me crazy. You can call me crazy.
Okay, I'm joking.
But you can literally call me crazy, but there is a little to no chance that a company like Spirit Airlines was open from 1992 and not has had one crash.
That is
With
interesting.
the name Spirit, because the name Spirit holds weight. So if Spirit was closed, it quite literally can mean that something is about to happen.
I do not believe in coincidences. Spirit Airlines first started in May 29th, 1992. And
Three
all
nines,
Oh,
of
two
a sudden
twos.
it shuts down May 2nd, 2026. And that makes 33 years.
That is interesting. There's 3 2s on the last date, and there's 3 9s on the first date, and it makes 33 years. That is kind of weird.
Spirit Airline, and it never had a crash. Bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, my spirit's telling me people better get the Holy Spirit before it leaves the earth or whatever. Like, get right with God.
Oh, he's talking about that. All right, that's interesting. I mean, obviously, we're seeing spiritual things happen around us now. It's getting very obvious. It is kind of weird how they shut down like that. Not even one crash. That is kind of amazing, actually. 33 years. All these other ones have had them left and right. We've talked about them on various videos in the past. Obviously, we're in some sort of spiritual war. A lot of people have been talking about these UFOs and aliens. I actually had a video just go viral from yesterday talking about this and pointing out some rather curious things I discovered, which I didn't want to get into it in detail so much in this video, but I actually am going to get into it somewhat here. If you want to go check out the other video, I go into real big detail. It's like 40 minutes long. This one, we're going to just kind of touch on it. When I say touch on it, that's like 10 minutes, right? Laugh at the aliens or demons crowd while you can, but the illusion won't last forever. Are there differences? Yes, absolutely, until you get to the top of the food chain. Dark, archonic, ultra-terrestrial overlords is where aliens and demons converge, and the differences become unrecognizable. What's this interesting little picture here? As you go up the demonic hierarchy and the negative alien hierarchy, the top demons have increasing power over physicality, and the top aliens have increasing spiritual, metaphysical powers. So the two end up merging, and you wind up with a class of dark, archonic. I think she made this picture herself because it has the same phraseology. I think there is something to this because we've had a lot of these scientists disappear and die recently, and they were sort of talking about that these weren't exactly what they told us they are. They're not per se from another planet. Perhaps they are from another dimension, ultra-terrestrial rather than extraterrestrial. You had David Wilcock. You had a lot of other people as well. Amy Eskridge, I think her name was, back in 2022. And it is looking very bizarre how some of this stuff's all lining up. But there are some people saying that no one cares about this. I do think actually a lot of people care about this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be going viral on my other channel over it. I think there is quite a few people talking about this. I think, though, in the case of Tim Dillon here, I think he thinks it's sort of a distraction from something else, which some people are thinking that, particularly the files, particularly Jeffrey and the island, or perhaps maybe it's all intertwined. Actually, that sounds more accurate to me, but I think they wanted us to be dazzled by the fact they're going to release something, which I don't think they're going to release much of anything. However, all these missing scientist things, that's a lot more intriguing. I don't think that's something per se they wanted out in the public to be seen. It's just something they had to do as a cleanup, right? I don't know. Tim Dillon says, nobody cares about UFO disclosure. I don't actually care about what the government's going to say because I'm pretty sure it's going to be very little of anything. And I'm guessing it's going to be like 5-10% of what we actually want to know. You know what I mean? That's what it probably is going to be. Government spent the last week telling you there's underground alien bases in the ocean and maybe in the center of the earth, and those aliens are fighting each other and may start to fight with you. Have they been saying that? I haven't heard them say that. And you know, the response has been pretty muted. They did mention about them coming out of the ocean and saying they lived in caves and stuff. That's been coming out recently. Let's just play a little bit of this, see what he has to say.
The government has spent the last week telling you there are underground alien bases in the ocean and maybe in the center of the earth. And those aliens are fighting each other and may start to fight you. And you know what the response has been? Pretty muted from the public. It's been a pretty muted response.
I think he is making a good point. I mean, I think X is the issue. X is the reason, not issue. Because they're coming out saying, look, they're trying to spin this narrative. Oh, look, these aliens are other beings. And look, we're going to have a fake, alien invasion soon here. Oh, they don't call it fake, though. They want it to be real. And we're like, yeah, that's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. You think you can still just deceive us like you did before? This isn't 2010 anymore, bro. We're not in 2010 anymore. Everybody knows what's going on now. You kind of screwed up when you let X be freer. Whoops. You shouldn't have done that. Everyone already knows what the hell's going on. We know it's devils. We know it's you guys and your little islands and weird stuff you come up with. Yeah, indeed. But of course, there is a lot of craziness in this realm. I saw this and I'm like, I remember making a video like 10 years ago about the Council of Nine. And apparently Gene Roddenberry, who would go into, seances and talk to him, and he got some of his storylines for Star Trek from it, which is really crazy because I actually like Star Trek. So I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Crazy stuff. I think it had more so to do with this whole idea of there being a peaceful society living with aliens. I think that was really what the Council of Nine wants to get across, because I think the Council of Nine are probably devils. That's my guess. This is freaking crazy. This man, who's the father of a CIA, funded physician, claims that a group of high-level entities called the Nine oversee the universe and guide what happens on Earth as part of a bigger cosmic plan. On the Danny Jones podcast, Andy, whatever his last name is, the son of Adria, however you say his name, and filmmaker Greg Malzoli, shared a bizarre story about entities called the Nine, or the Council of Nine. Greg said these beings are described more like divine spirits of cosmic minds than classic aliens and spaceships, because they are never described as having a body, a planet, or star system, such as we come from Zeta Reticuli, however you say that. Instead, they present themselves as a council of minds that can be contacted through trance and channeling. Yeah, so we used to call this witchcraft. We used to call this mediums. I mean, they did it like thousands of years ago. This isn't new. They're just like trying to spin it into some sci-fi alien thing. No. These are just spirits you're talking to. Notice the eyes. This isn't rocket science, man. Come on. I think they want us to believe that we can live in this weird, peaceful society with Nephilim offspring, these half human, half whatever, which is BS and evil. This is basically as in the days of Noah, as Scripture says, they want to bring it to pass. And at any rate, so if I get into what Amy was saying in this clip, which has to do with this thing, the P-47s, P-52s. Supposed to be humans from the future, 52,000 years in the future, 47,000 years in the future. I don't actually believe this stuff, but she believed it, and I get into that topic. I think this is part of the narrative they want us to believe. At any rate, that's my video. Kind of wonder what some of you guys think about all this. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.